Hi, I'm Katie Ziskind. I own Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic. You can learn more about eating disorder and our specialty with working with teens at wisdomwithinct.com. In this video, we're going to talk about how to identify an eating disorder or disordered eating, what signs your teens might be showing if they're experiencing challenges with feeding themselves or have a negative body image or might be on a fad diet to try to fit into kind of these stereotypes. As well, teens feel shame, guilt, anger, and anxiety around food and need a professional to help them process these emotions and build a confident relationship with food. So it's important to know there are many different types of eating disorders, and they affect all genders and all ages. So a 6-year-old could have a different type of an eating disorder, disordered eating, that might be more sensory focused, whereas a teenager might have a binge, purge, or a restrictive type eating disorder. What is important about eating disorders is not just weight or body size. People that might look healthy may have disordered eating habits. There are eating disorders where people avoid certain foods, or there are disorders where people are making themselves throw up, or eating disorders where people are over-exercising or compulsively exercising. So not one eating disorder looks exactly the same as the next. As well, when a teenager has an eating disorder, you might feel shame, guilt, blame yourself, fear, anxiety, and even disappointment. So now the process of eating disorder treatment is all about helping both the individual and the family develop self-acceptance and a healthy, nurturing, and loving relationship with food. A lot of things play into this, from education, gender, sex, class, age, religion, heritage, culture. All of these things play into eating disorders. And oftentimes teenagers develop these based on cultural expectations. So, the American culture normalizes that a certain body type is acceptable and then makes other body types that are not acceptable ostracized. So that's where body shame comes from. So therefore, from body shame, teenagers will often take part in abusive exercise regimens to force themselves to lose weight and develop fear around eating certain foods. Teens with eating disorders will also label certain foods as good or bad, or foods they can have and can't have, and develop rigid rules. And eating disorder treatment can help your teenagers start to think of themselves in a more positive way and develop body acceptance. So we also focus on this mind, body, spirit aspect of self-worth. Remember that self-worth is not connected to your body shape, the amount of calories you ate in a day, and self-worth is not connected to your body's weight. Those things are very separate, and we teach teenagers that they're worthy of love and acceptance no matter what they ate. And really, it's okay to kind of step away from these fad diets and build a nurturing, loving relationship with food. So just one tip here today. So try to avoid, I think in our culture, we are taught that we should manage our weight or have weight management conversations, or tell our family members, oh, don't eat that, you will get fat if you eat that. Or don't have too much of that or you'll be overweight. Now, you don't want to be overweight, do you? So there's this shame in our dialogue. So I would avoid healthy eating conversations if your teen is struggling with an eating disorder, and save those positive body image conversations for the therapy room and for their therapist, their professional, to help work with them on that. Because having weight management conversations or telling your child that they're overweight or they should lose weight can really create disordered eating. So make sure that when you're talking about food, you're not talking about food as a source of self-value. Another thing that I commonly hear is, wow, you've lost weight, you're faster at running now, or oh, look at how well you can run now that you've lost weight. And again, that puts the outcome on the body and the weight, and we don't really want food fixations to come. So instead, you can talk about how proud you are of your child for trying. So I'm so glad that you tried and you did your best today, and that's all that matters to me. Or, you can eat whatever you want, and eating is all about listening to your body. and building an intuitive relationship with food. So those are my tips for you today, and we focus on self-love and health at every size, as well as intuitive eating approaches, and we love helping people build a confident relationship with food. So if you have any questions about disordered eating, or think you might have compulsive exercise issues, and just want someone to talk to about building a healthy body image for yourself or for your teenager, we would love to help. In addition to traditional talking, for building anxiety coping skills around food, we also incorporate painting, art, creative yoga, music, meditation, and even nature therapies in the sunshine to build a positive coping skill toolbox and strategies for managing these triggers around food. So you can book a free phone consultation at wisdomwithinct.com. That's wisdomwithinct.com. We would love to talk with you on the phone and hear more about what's going on for you in terms of eating disorder recovery. It's one of our specialties at Wisdom Within Counseling. We would love to help your family thrive. You can book that at wisdomwithinct.com. I hope you enjoyed these tips and this video. I'm Katie Ziskind.